Good morning and welcome to the market call for today, the 1st September 2025. Happy new month to you all from all of us here at Value Flow Trading, and we're wishing you a prosperous and profitable trading month for this 9th month of the year. Okay, so welcome back to the market call for today being Monday, and we're going to be kicking off as usual with the dollar index, and then we'll be proceeding with Euro USD, GBP USD, gold against the dollar, JPY baskets, and then the other yen basket like Euro JPY and GBP JPY, as you can see on the right side of my screen. Okay, so we're going to be going straight into the market color for today as we look at these pairs. And then we're going to take a brief peek into the fundamentals that we're expecting for this week. All the news releases we're expecting to be released this week, we're going to be looking at them and seeing how they affect our currency pairs that we trade. So we're going to be running you through the top-down analysis. Then we'll show you one or two things that we're looking out for. And then finally, we're going to also get you to be aware of the trades we're looking to take for today, okay? My name is CJ, and I'm going to be taking you through the first part of this market column. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's move straight into the chart as we kick off with the dollar index. Now, if you look at the dollar index, overall, we have all agreed that the dollar index is on a downtrend. All the buys that we've been seeing prior to now, if you look at it from the weekly, it's just been retracements, okay? So right now, we can see that the dollar index is still making waves to the downside. It's still selling all the way to the downside, and we expect it to continue doing just that, moving into the remaining part of today. Now, let's look at it on the daily time frame as well. If you look at it on the daily time frame, you can see that the sell trend looks to be resuming slowly, but there are some key areas that price has not taken out, one of which is this blue area here. Okay, so the blue area stands for the key areas we expect price to take out, while the red one are liquidity points we're expecting price to, or the dotted line rather, are liquidity points we're expecting price to take out before continuing to the downside, okay? Now, this is one key area I expect the dollar index to break out from, if at all it's going to give any breakout. Well, until then, we'll just keep trading the dollar index within this range, okay? Right now, it's at a discount point of this sell. I would want to see a strong sell-off that's going to break this level all the way to this downside. If not, the dollar index may just be reacting off this other block right here. You can see the other block. Dollar index may just reset, rejecting from this other block, and if it rejects off this place, then we know we're trading to the upside. If not, we expect it to continue selling to the downside before we look for any other thing that we're anticipating to see on the dollar index. Okay, so overall, we are on a downtrend for the dollar index, and we expect it to keep selling. But then you can see that the dollar index has gotten to a region where we're kind of having a mixed bias on the dollar index right now, because if you look at this wholesomely, on the daily time frame, this has been a buy trend. Right now, price retraced into this level. We might expect to see it kick off back to the upside from here. All right, so this is like a decent place to buy back from, or else we want to see it break to this lower side. Now, if we look at the lower time frame, we can get some insights on what the dollar index is looking to do today. Now, looking at it on the 4-hour time frame, you can see that that block right here has rejected price a couple of times. This was the first move, second move, and now this is the third one. I'm expecting this third one to buy to the upside all the way to this level. At least the first instance for the buy should be somewhere around here. Okay, this was other block we predicted for last week. Price played accordingly. Now, right here, we're expecting price to return all the way to this level around here. Okay, in between this fair value gap and another fair value gap, the other block, the left shoulder for the box pattern, seeing that there's been a break of structure. So I'm expecting the dollar index to buy for the beginning of this week. I want to see it buy into this level right here, at least. Okay, so this is a buy spot, or the buy bias for the dollar index. So I have a buy bias, and I'm expecting it to run all the way to this 9-8 region, okay, before continue selling, if it's going to keep selling. Now, if you look at the daily, the 1-hour time frame as well, you see that everything is looking good. We just want to see a clear break of from somewhere around here. Afterwards, we would be expecting it to break off and then trade all the way here. So I'll be spotting this level. I'll be looking out for this level to see what the dollar index is going to do. Once I see what the dollar index wants to do around that level, then I'll be taking my trade from there all the way to the downside. That's what I'm expecting to see on the dollar index. Okay, so my bias is a buy all the way to this level and then a sell off to the downside. Look at GBP, USD, and Euro USD to see what we anticipate for this week. Okay, so this was our markup for last week on GBP, USD, and Euro USD. For Euro USD, we're looking for a sell, so we actually sold off from this line here. We sold off all the way here for our first TP, sold off here for our second TP. So that sell-off of Euro USD last week actually played out. Now let's see what the bias for this week is going to be. So we can get rid of this. Okay, so for Euro USD, let's look at it from the higher time frame first. Let's remove all this. All right, so for Euro USD on the daily time frame, I'm expecting a sell. Okay, I'm expecting a sell on the daily time frame. Seeing where price currently is within this range, price is on the upper boundary, so I'm expecting it to go back down. Since it's at premium, we want to see it go back to discount before we take a buy, because this place is not really a good place to buy from. So wait for it to trade to the downside to give us a buy. Overall, you can see that the momentum has been to the upside, even though price broke structure and started selling rather. Now it's got to this discount place. We're expecting the sell to continue, but before then, we just want to see it move back to the downside a little before continuing back up. Now let's look out for the immediate trades that we can be taking for today. Now you see that the box pattern is also printing right here, where we have this as our left shoulder right here. Okay, and then price broke structure here. You can see that there was a clear break of structure around there. After the break of structure, we're expecting to return back to this level. So for me, I'm expecting a sell-off on Euro USD all the way to this level here. Okay, so for today, Monday, 1st of September, Euro USD sell to this level before another round of buy. So this is my bias on Euro USD, a sell to this level right here. Okay, so we'll be looking out for a sell today. What we want to see first is a clear structure before we jump on it. All right, so we are very clear on what we are doing. We're not just rushing to the trade. We want to see a confirmation first, and then we will ride the trend. So for me, I will be very careful. I will wait, just like last. If you remember, we waited for our trade for about a couple of hours before it played out. And when it played out, it gave us about 100 pips in profit. So I would advise you to also apply that to your trading. Just wait for it. This is the trap we'll set. We want to see Euro USD break this structure. Once it breaks here, then we'll be selling to the downside. So let me show you the schematic again on this lower time frame. So I want to see something like this. Once you break here, maybe a possible return and then sell off all the way here. Okay, so this is what I expect of Euro USD. A break to this level here, return, and then sell off to the downside. So my bias for Euro USD is a sell, but I'll wait for it to give me this confirmation before I write the sell. And now GBP USD. Now for GBP USD, it's quite interesting to see what GBP USD has been up to lately. I would want to see how GBP USD would most likely correlate with Euro USD, because it's going to be interesting time seeing that GBP USD and Euro USD are correlating within the same period. That gives me more confidence when taking out, when choosing a pair to trade, or when taking a basket of trades amongst them. Okay, so for GBP USD, let's look at it on the daily time frame. Let's get rid of the old chart markups. Okay. Now, if you look at it on the daily time frame, you see that it has a very similar thing to what Euro USD is giving us. It's actually selling off because it has clearly broken structure and struggled with this guy here. Now it has returned back to this level. We might see another round of sells before maybe a strong buy might take place. So for Euro USD, for GBP USD rather, we're looking for a sell trade. On the 4-hour time frame as well, you can see that price has traded into this order block right here and rejected back. We want to see maybe another sell-off to this level here. Let me show you on the 1 hour. It's more clear there. Okay, so this is the 1 hour time frame. we might want to see price return back here, because you can see that this other block here has not been traded into this particular one here. So we want to see price come back to this level. So for GBP USD, I'm looking for a sell to this level right here before another maybe round of buy. Okay, let's look at how we're going to take the trade. Exactly what we're looking for on Euro USD is almost playing out completely on GBP USD. Okay, remember on Euro USD, we said we wanted to see 15 minutes break or structure. You can see that that has almost happened here, only that price did not close below here. I've taught you several times here on the market color that when we're looking for a break or structure, we want to see price close below. We want to see the candle close below for us to confirm there is a break or structure. So I'll be watching out for this level. Once price closes below here, I'll be taking my sell to the downside. So I want to see it close below, give a quick return to this maybe breakout block right here or to this other block, and then sell off to the downside. So GBP USD, I'm looking for a sell, and this is how I want to take the sell. So in summary, Euro USD, I'm looking for a sell. GBP USD, I'm looking for a sell. Overall, on the dollar index, I'm looking for a quick buy to the upside. Okay, so this summarizes the things I'm looking out for on these pairs. I would advise you to open your trading view or your MetaTrader for replicate these markups on them, so that if price plays according to what we have analyzed so far, you can jump on it and take advantage of it, and let's make the money together. Okay, so we're going to go on a very short break, and when we return from this short break, we're going to continue our analysis looking at gold against the dollar, looking at the yen basket, GBP JPY, Euro JPY, and USD JPY. So stick around and enjoy the rest of the market color.
So I passed a 50K prop challenge last month with 3 trades using the exact strategy we use in the academy. And guess what? The phase 2 of that challenge, I passed it with just a single trade with that same strategy. And this is not just only me, there are other students in the academy that they've been able to pass their prop challenge, right? Phase 1, phase 2 across different prop firms. If this is something you want to do, I mean, you want to pass your prop firm account phase 1, phase 2, and also getting funded and also making payouts from that same account, or you want to increase your profitability on your personal funded accounts, then this is a community you want to belong to. The registration for the FX Bootcamp August edition is open, and you do well to send a DM to the number showing on your screen to get you registered. I look forward to seeing you in class. So I passed a
to the market color brought to you by the Value Flow once again, and that was a great insight from TJ. So this morning we are going to be moving straight into the analysis of the precious metal, and from there we'll be heading straight to Japan to see what is going on the yen basket and also the yen correlated pair. Once again, I'll be sharing, so stay tuned. Now for the precious metal on the weekly time frame, if you've received our mail yesterday evening around 6 p.m., we are going to observe just what our expectation is on the precious metal. Now we are still very much bullish, and because price already broke a trend line to the downside, and we are waiting for the retrace of that particular move this week, and that is what we're seeing playing out on the chart right now. So it becomes much more clearly if you look at it from the weekly perspective, and we've seen how that price attempt to come out with that level. So this is what we are expecting for this week. This week is going to be buy to sell, of which the Monday candle yesterday opens weekly, particularly it opens to be bullish, and we are seeing price moving all the way to the upside. Then we are going to see the downtrend coming. Okay, now if you look at the trend line very well, price has already come to tap into it. You see it much more clearly on the 4-hour time frame, and that is what we are having right now. We've seen how that price already got in there, and what should we expect to do as price already got into our POI for us to short, because we are in a very wild range. So price has already traded into the premium of the range, and now we want to start seeing the sell from that particular level to the downside again because of the move. And today being the 1st of September, which is a new quarter again entirely, we are going to see what exactly we are going to look out for in the markets. Now on the 4-hour time frame, our expectation still remains that price should still retrace a little bit to the downside all the way to this particular level. Then when price gets here, then you can now see if it's going to break to the upside, meaning continuation of the buy. we are going to see it moving to the upside. And if it's going to be a continuation of the sell, then from this place, we are going to determine where the market is heading to. And how do we determine where the market is heading to from this place? It depends on the momentum we see that price used in coming to this particular level. All right, so let's go to the 1 hour time frame to check what exactly is going on. 1 hour time frame is still also telling us we are still very much bullish, but as we all know, currently we are in the premium side of the ring. So we go to our lower time frame to check if there's any market sort of shift for us to be able to take and start selling to the downside. Right now, all we are seeing is, yes, price is currently at this particular region. It traded a little bit below here. Okay, and what I would advise us to do today being Monday, there's high probability price come all the way. We've already seen this, played out right now, but the candle body did not close below this low. So what we should expect is price coming all the way for this order block again. So this is going to be a short, kind of outlook for us, meaning we're expecting price to trade into this order block. When price trade into this zone, then if we see any sell signature, just the way it printed somewhere here, then we can easily sell to the downside. But if not, we just wait and discover that price is still very much going to the upside. So what you should look out for today's trade, looking at what we have on the screen right now, is price retracing all the way back to this particular region and giving us an entry signature for a sell. All right, so that is what we look out for. Why not just take a look at 5 minutes if we have anything on it? Now for the 5 minute time frame too, what we have there is still correlating with that of the 15 minutes. So let's wait until price gets that particular point on the 15 minutes, which is that order block with the fair value gap just below it. All right, when price gets there and it gives us an entry signature for a sell, meaning just the way it's showing up here right now, then you can look for opportunity to short all the way to the downside. All right, and the target is going to be the low of the Asian low. So when you start shorting from this level, this low is going to be your first target. Then if you want to ride it all the way to the downside, then you should know how to manage your risk. All right, knowing fully well that the overall time frame is still very much bullish, right? So that is that for the precious metal. Now let's quickly get to Japan to see what exactly is going on the yen basket. Now for the yen basket, our bias still remains the same as we expect last week to be a bearish momentum. As you can see, this is the last week candle plays out bearish, but not momentum. However, our analysis still remains that price should come all the way to pick up liquidity here on the weekly time frame and tap into the weekly POI all the way to the upside again. Now, but what we are seeing on the daily time frame is looking more like a structure within structure, as we have this played out last week, as we have this played out last week. How that price created this low again, and we've not seen that happen. Instead, it's forming what we call a wedge. Okay, so now that price is now coming to the downside, we are going to be observing that move all the way to the downside again. And on the 4 hour time frame, we are going to observe the 4 hour move also is giving us a clear entry of what we should expect on the yen basket for this week. So we want to see a sell to buy. So this is the first to start buying the yen all the way from this level to the upside. But if it does not, then it's coming all the way for the weekly POI, which is taking out liquidity here and trading into this level here. And if that is it, then on the 4 hour time frame, we are really telling us that we are going to sell all the way to this zone, then look for buy opportunity. And that is giving us an insight on to what we should expect on the other yen correlated pair like GBP, JPY, Euro, JPY, and even USD JPY. All right, so if you look at even on the 1 hour time frame, you're going to observe that we are still moving all the way to the downside. So the bias for yen basket for this week is a sell to buy, meaning we want to sell before we see the opportunity to join the buy. Now, if that is it, then what is our markup for pairs like GBP, JPY? Starting from the daily time frame of GBP, JPY, you are going to observe our overall move still remains that we are still expecting GBP, JPY to buy all the way to this point. Why? Because of what we are seeing playing out on the yen basket. So if we are going to see, we are expecting a sell to buy on the yen basket, then we should expect a buy to sell on GBP, JPY. All right, so we expect the GBP, JPY to rally all the way into this zone, meaning we want to see something of this nature play out on GBP, JPY. Then we start selling all the way down. The sell party begins. All right, so but if you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, we still have the same move. It's looking more like a consolidation within this zone, but our bias still is that price should still buy all the way to the upside. Now, what is the now trade going to the 15 minute? What should we be doing on the 15 minute? Last week, we were buying GBPY all the way to the upside. And this week again, price has resumed to the upside again. So where is the entry signature for a buy? Right now, we've not seen any entry signature for the buy play out right now. All right. Instead, what we should look out for, using our bus strategy, we have not seen any signature print out right now. Right now, there's no signature print out. So maybe today is one of the days you also be patient on the yen basket. All right. But if you see the bus pattern print out on the yen basket, then you can easily take the opportunity to start buying. I know some of you are like, is this not a bus pattern, this sweep of liquidity that we have here, and this break to the upside? Yes, it looks like it, but that is a candle. That is the market open candle. That's what is really forming here. All right. So this is not a very strong and convincing outlook for us to take the buy. Instead, let's wait until the signature forms, probably towards the New York session before 2 p.m. We are going to see an entry signature for GBP, JPY. All right. Now, lastly, for Euro JPY, what do we have playing out on Euro JPY? Remember, our bias for Euro JPY last week was a buy. So we are expecting Euro JPY to buy all the way into this particular level here. And when price gets here, then we want to look for opportunity to sell, because it's the only the JPY yen, the yen here that has obtained its own move all the way to the upside. You are going to observe it here. Price already traded into its POI, so it's just waiting for the other pair, and that is why I said for the last 2 weeks, even this week again, we are most likely to see it, be within a range until others complete their move and they will all begin to sell together. All right. So for Euro JPY right now, what do we have? We are still within the range, but the buyers within that range that price should still trade all the way to this POI here, which is on the 4-hour time frame. And when price gets here, we look for opportunities to start shorting Euro JPY to the downside. But let's go to 15 minutes if there's any opportunity right now for us to start shorting Euro JPY. For Euro JPY right now, there's really not an entry signature for us to start shorting Euro JPY right now. So it's much better we wait to see the entry signature print out and we follow through, because you remember one of the qualities of a good trader and profitable trader is your ability to be well disciplined and strictly to your trading strategy. All right, and now that is not showing up, you just have to be patient. But our overall move for the week is Euro JPY. We want to see it long all the way into our 4-hour POI, and when price gets here, we're looking for opportunity to short again. So between this level where price is and this place, when we see the buy signature print out, you can easily follow through this level. And when price gets here, we look for the sell opportunity to start selling from this zone all the way back to the downside again, because it's going to be a very long sell party across board for all the yen correlated here, and of which Euro JPY is going to be very fast one. And maybe we should just take a quick glance at USD JPY. For USD JPY, you are going to observe that just as we said, we are still within that range, but the buyer still means that we want to buy if they buy more. So let's look at the 15 minutes. Maybe we are going to see any buy opportunity play out on the 15 minutes. Right now, on the 15 minutes, there is no any buy opportunity. As last week Friday, just our analysis last week Friday was we want to see price until price comes all the way to take out this liquidity here and we start buying. And you can see price came there around 4 p.m. and boom, all the way to the upside. So what is the move right now for USD JPY if it's going to be the one we are going to consider? Until price takes out this particular high for USD JPY, then we are still going to wait a bit for price to takes out this particular high, then you can now look for opportunity to start, longing USD JPY. Price takes it out, pull back a bit into your 78% crib level or 61% crib level, and you can easily start, selling all the way back, buying all the way back up for USD JPY. All right. If there's any question, you can easily type in the chat box before we round up so that we can quickly look at it. And as we've all said, this week, this is a new month. Put in your best effort, learn, and at the same time, take the boldness to execute when you see a setup show up. All right. So if there's no question, this is going to be the end of the market call brought to you by the Value Trading team for Monday, 1st of September 2025. To meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York recap. Make sure you trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. Okay, Mr. Labode said, why do you recommend taking entries on 15-minute time frame and not 5 minutes time frame? Thank you. Now, because of this is more of a personal work and also from experience, I've discovered God's pattern plays out well on any time frame, and the higher the time frame, the higher your profitability level. So that is one thing. And sometimes it feels more on the lower time frame. So with the lower time frame gives you a lot of signatures, and because you are not going to sit down on the screen 247, so better when I see it print out on 15-minute time frame, I take my execution and put my mind at peace that is going to play out. But on 5 minutes, sometimes it delivers just little. Yes, the lower the time frame, the lower the stop loss, the higher the time frame, the higher the stop loss. While at the same time, the lower the time frame, the shorter the take profit too. So if you see it play out on your 5-minute time frame, you can think, why not execute your trade? But right now, even on the 5 minutes, nothing is there. All right. So better one just have patient enough and take your trade when the best time frame that suits you most. And sometimes if your entry signature is not printing out on 15 minutes and you see it looking like it, for example, now somewhere here, if you go to 5 minutes, you are going to see a very clean move play out well on the 5-minute time frame. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. All right. So if there's no further question, this is going to be the end till we meet again by 2 p.m. for the New York recap. Trade cautiously and use your proper risk management strategy. I'm Nikon sharing. Cheers and God bless.
$50K prop challenge last month. So I passed the 50K prop challenge last month with 3 trades using the exact strategy we use in the academy. And guess what? The phase 2 of that challenge, I passed it with just a single trade with that same strategy. And this is not just only me, there are other students in the academy that they've been able to pass their prop challenge, right? Phase 1, phase 2 across different prop firms. If this is something you want to do, you want to pass your prop firm account phase 1, phase 2, and also getting funded and also making payouts from that same account, or you want to increase your profitability on your personal funded accounts, then this is a community you want to belong to. The registration for the FX Bootcamp August edition is open, and you do well to send a DM to the number showing on your screen to get you registered. I look forward to seeing you in class. So I passed the 50K prop challenge last month with 3 trades using the exact strategy we use in the academy. And guess what? The phase 2 of that challenge, I passed it with just a single trade with that same strategy. And this is not just only me, there are other students in the academy that they've been able to pass their prop challenge, right? Phase 1, phase 2 across different prop firms. If this is something you want to do, I mean, you want to pass your prop firm account phase 1, phase 2, and also getting funded and also making payouts from that same account, or you want to increase your profitability on your personal funded accounts, then this is a community you want to belong to. The registration for the FX Bootcamp August edition is open, and you do well to send a DM to the number showing on your screen to get you registered. I look forward to seeing you in class.